there is no harm.
Yes. Okay, lovely. We are starting a little bit late, but welcome. Thanks everybody for coming. First item is election of chair. To elect a chair for the committee for 26-27 municipal. Do I have a nomination?
I'd like to nominate you, Councillor Dodds.
Thank you very much, Councillor Hinton. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Gabchak. Thank you. Any other nominations? All those in favour? Thank you very much. Lovely. I'll stay here then. Election of vice chair. I'd like to nominate Kelly Hinton for vice chair. Do I have a seconder? Sarah. Thank you. So we have nomination and seconder. All those in favour? Lovely. So you've got a job. We are a team. We are a team. Yeah. Apologies for absence. There's quite a few. Do you have them?
I don't, but
Charlotte. Cities. I've got the mayor.
The mayor and Councillor Jackson.
And I had one from Buckley, Councillor Buckley as well. Yeah. Okay. Declaration of interest. Do we have any declarations of interest? No, none to declare. Public participation. Shall I ask? Do you wish to introduce yourself, and do you wish to say something, or do you just want to listen to the debate?
Well, I'll introduce myself.
Yeah.
One of the strange man is sitting in the back. So my name is Tom Luke. I'm the founding director of a company called Waterpod, and we build floating things, including a floating sauna, and that's the reason why I'm here.
Right. Okay. Lovely. Thank you very much. Minutes. To approve the minutes of the RNA committee held on the 31st of March. Do I have a proposer? Thank you, Sarah. And seconder? Yeah, Sarah, thank you. All those in favour, please share. Okay. Next is progress. Quite a lot on progress.
Yeah,
But we're progressing, Charlotte. Riverbank repairs, there's actually some movement there, isn't there?
Yes, indeed. Yes, so the slipway will, the work should start next week. And then the work at Mill Marsh Meadows should follow on after that, probably just post regatta. And then they'll be looking to do the remainder of the work, the concrete capping and brickwork, and other work in the autumn.
That's kind of, we've been waiting a long time, but got our permissions and now we can go ahead. Oakfile Station Gallery and West Street Store, I think they've done a lovely job there. So you've just got a bit of snagging and
Then they'll issue
practical
practical
completion.
completion.
Yeah, lovely. I think that project has been a great success, really. It was not easy to start with, but I think that when you walk down West Street, that roof is just superb, isn't it? It's really beautiful work on a Grade 2 listed building. Chapels, update on that there, and the allotments water supply. We'll hear more about that in the future. All the others, Town Council building decarbonisation and the ecology management plan. And here we are, Adventure Golf, doing well, and weddings are doing well. So, any other queries? Okay. So the next item is to look at the finances. And any comments on the finances? Town hall expenses and insurance went down considerably to the 81 figure against the budget of 113. What was the reason for that? I mean, it's good.
So if you look at the bottom line is that we're expecting a deficit for this department of 12,000, and actually we've got a surplus of 21,000. Earlier in the year, the forecast was not looking quite so Rosie, and so for the final 3 months of the year, we were really kind of reining back on any unnecessary expenditure, which partially explains
Mm.
that.
Yes, yeah, and the bottom figures are very good.
Mm.
Yeah, estate's done really well. Over 60s Club, I mean, we're getting £993 from our solar panels, which is jolly good, feed-in tariff. And just to alert you, we will be having a report shortly on, probably next time, hopefully, Charlotte,
Yeah.
on what it is doing at the Over 60s Club.
I find the traffic light thing really strange. So if I take, for example, the old fire station gallery, that to me seems correct because we're under on an income, under 100%, so that should be red, and we're over on an outgoing, so that should also be red. So that seems completely correct. But then there's other ones where I'd expect it to be red or green, and it's just a little bit confusing to me. I don't like that one.
I agree with you, actually. I don't
Because
find
like
it very helpful.
111% on an expense is obviously 11% over what we want it to be. And it's yellow. So shouldn't that be red? Do you see what I mean? It's a bit confusing to me. And then at the top, free use of rooms is red, but that's an outgoing really, isn't it? Isn't it classed as an outgoing? So if we're under the 100%, that should be green to me.
No, so the yellow is probably because if it is within a certain amount over, if it's a small amount over, then it'll be in yellow rather than red. With the free use of rooms, so that is the income. With that one, that is a bit of an anomaly because it's paid for by another department. So that is income. So the income is down, but then it's just income from another town council department.
Right.
So it's just another it's about.
Fair enough. I was just, it made it a little bit confused because my eyes first go to that to look and then along to the lines.
Yes, I agree with you. I don't find it as helpful as I thought I would. Yeah, but the bottom line is instead of the budget bracketed, it's 21k plus, which is very good. And then over the page at the parks, a different situation, largely because of the drop in income in the 2G pitch, which accounts really for the drop there. But there are, but now we should be up and running in the normal way for income. Yeah, which we are. Yeah. Anyone else got any comments? No. So everyone's happy? Yeah. There we go. Now we move on to the climbing frame in Mill Meadows, in Freeman's Meadows, and Carl's report. I'm sure you all had a look at all these lovely play equipment, and there is a recommendation at the end to go for Company A, option 2. And we're looking at 24,000, just over 24,000, but we should stand a really good chance of getting a grant from SADC or some money from SIL, because they're usually very good at giving, aren't they, at SADC, very good at giving us grants. So, any other comments on that? Carl, anything else to say?
No, I'm happy to answer any questions if I can.
I just wanted to say, I'd emailed about this previously and I was talking about the Company A with the 3 options and it was actually supposed to be the Company A with the 2 options.
Mm-hmm.
So there was just some confusion there.
It's that one there, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
we're going for. Yeah.
Just being clear about
Yeah, I think you're right. It does mean that younger kids can use it, but it's also for older kids.
Yeah, I think, and
predominantly.
it looks like you will get more play for your buck
For
sort of
bucks.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, and this is a resolved item. So does it mean they can go ahead and do it, or do we have to go through full council?
That is a very good question. So it's up to 25,000 from SIL. Just bear with me 1 second. I have a feeling actually it should be resolved to recommend. Just bear with me 1 second.
Sarah?
Yeah, so I live quite near Freeman, so I just had a walk over there and it was lovely. It's a beautiful area. And I was chatting to some others, and I know that it's a really well-used community asset. So whatever we can do to encourage children and it to be a gathering place for parents after school pickup is great. I noted that a number of the other play equipment was cordoned off with big red and white barriers, and I picked up a couple and put them back into place, but now I'm not sure if it's going to be a falling hazard on little kids. So I just wondered I'm sorry if I missed this, but what are the plans around the other
That is
improved?
sorry, yeah, that was
Yeah.
vandalised wet port that is going to be repaired in due course.
Okay,
So there's nothing wrong with the play equipment. It's the wet port that surrounds it.
yeah. Oh, so is this stuff on the
It's
floor?
the it's
Yeah, I
the
noticed that,
yeah. So it was
Okay, so essentially then no one is supposed to be using
no.
Okay,
That's why they cordoned off. However, you try and stop a kid from trying to
Yeah,
play on play
Yeah.
equipment. So
sure.
we've just cordoned it off as best as we can. Hopefully, parents will see this as well. But
Yeah, yeah.
But I believe the work to repair the wet port, has that been, we've agreed that
Yes,
cost and
yes.
and so I think that's been all from that.
Okay, just a couple of other comments if I may. So in terms of whatever decision is made, I'd just like to ask if there can be a sustainable disposable process of the existing equipment, like, I don't know, what, it can be repurposed or whatever.
yeah,
That
We
would
was-
always
we
be
was-
a useful thing to do. I'm also mindful that in a previous meeting that we had asked for kind of a survey of sport and leisure. Do you remember we agreed that at the last meeting, that we would do a survey? So I was just wondering, going forward, if we identify other sport leisure activities, then further funds might need to be required to fund those other things that we were going to survey. So I just wasn't sure in the grander scheme of things, if X amount of budget is going to be spent on one climbing frame, will that have an effect on the other things that this survey produces? Does that make sense?
I mean, can you say a bit more about the survey? Because
Jeremy.
So I believe that was the last meeting where it
Yes,
was agreed
yeah,
there
we
would
talked
be
about-
a sport and recreation survey. However, once the survey is carried out, and I mean, we're talking kind of medium to long-term planning there, whereas this isn't immediate.
Yeah,
it won't affect. This
okay,
chunk of money will go
sure.
on this.
And so
Yeah.
the final comment is that the date or timeline of the replacement and for it to somehow avoid the summer holidays where it's likely to be used.
Yeah.
Is there a time frame?
I haven't got an exact timeline, but I know that we will push as hard as we can to get it in before the 6 weeks if possible. Yeah.
Are we resolved or resolved to
So it is
recommend?
a resolve to recommend to.
So it's resolved to
FSM.
recommend, so it's FSM, so we can't, you can press buttons as soon as we get through to the
Okay.
council, which is only a few weeks away, isn't it? Yeah. So, are we happy to accept the recommendation here? I'm happy to propose it to the chair. Sarah, seconded. All those in favour? Lovely, thank you. And thank you for all the work you've done. Lots of research. And it's really useful that you ask everybody, your team, what they think. Because you've all actually got kids of this age as well, haven't you? So you're much closer to it.
I've got to say I can take as much praise from it as possible, but Senior Park Warden, he actually put a lot of work into this one,
Yes,
so I'll give that back
yes,
to him.
And the kids, you asked the
Yeah,
kids.
absolutely.
Yes, yeah, really good. Right, now the next item is the floating sauna, which we have lots in here. We have a very full report here. I think there's lots of different views on this, so I'd be really like to hear what everyone's views are on the floating sauna down on the river.
Was there a hard copy sent out?
There wasn't sent out, but
No.
I found one there. Yeah.
It was on email.
Yes, it was on
Yeah.
email.
It
Yeah.
was, do we have any more hard copies? Were they?
So I read it online.
There's
I
some
was
on
just
the chairs over
wondering
there,
if
aren't
I,
I
Yeah.
I'm happy to start things if everyone needs to find the papers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Sheridan could give a summary and then I'll.
Yes, certainly. So, unless, not to be presumptuous, and unless Tom wished to give a brief summary of what he was.
Well, we could ask Tom from Waterpod if you'd like to give us a brief summary of your proposal.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
So,
you.
as you probably know, saunas are getting quite popular in the UK. There's several near Henley. And what's actually big growth in the UK now is actually floating saunas. So there's one in Canary Wharf, there's one in Paddington, there's about to be one in Bristol. There's a nice one in Liverpool. So we're seeing an exciting opportunity. So we're actually, we build and we operate floating saunas or micro spas, if you like. So it's essentially a boat. It's about the same size as or it is the same size rather as a wide beam barge. And essentially that's it. It's a boat with an engine, and we would like to moor it up in a good location and operate it as an amenity for the public. And so people will pay. Typical pricing is £50 to £25 per person, and you book in advance, and that's essentially it. It's a spa with a hot and cold plunge facility. So yeah, good wellness benefits, and we think additive to the community.
Where's the nearest one to here that you've got?
We've not built one before, so this will be we've built multiple floating units. My own is actually in Caversham, but that's a home as opposed to a sauna.
Okay.
The sauna is actually a lot easier because there's no
Yes.
kitchen and toilet and so on. But the nearest one to here that again we weren't responsible for, but it's the same style is Canary Wharf.
Canary Wharf,
Canary Wharf,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. Now, I know there's various views and opinions. I'd love to hear them. Kelly?
Yeah, I think I completely get everything that's being said. I just am never going to vote for this on Mill Meadows. I don't think it's the right place, and I'll tell you why. It's not really. If I was using it, I just can't think of it's not really a great scene, and it's a busy towpath. I just don't think it's in keeping with what we've got down there already. I think we're quite good on our commercial activity down there with the piazza, with the pizza boat when it comes, with the canoeing and the kayaking and whatnot. So I don't think, sometimes the hotel boat, I don't think that we need to have that there. If the proposal had come and it was suggested for the far end of Marsh Meadows, I think I could have probably got down with that a little bit more. And I also think that if it was to go in at Mill Meadows, then the things that are suggested on there as extras, such as coffee, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying yes to, because we've got the piazza there, and although they may do terrible coffee, it's still there, and we don't know what's happening with the River and Row Museum. In fact, speaking of the River and Row Museum, whatever happens there, would it tie in with that as well? Maybe not. So I just, unfortunately, although I think it's a great idea, I love things on the river. I love anything on a boat, really. I think it makes it quite a novelty, anything that's floating. But the location for me is just always going to be a no.
Yeah, okay. Sarah, I think you had some
Uh,
thoughts.
Yes, I do. So I have some close friends who are huge sauna users, and when I just ask them for their advice, or rather just ask them, tell me what your sauna experience is like, and one of the first things they said, and just bear in mind these are 20-somethings, so not much disposable income. So they said there are already 3 saunas in Henley that you can go to. Badgemore, the leisure centre, and somewhere along Marlow Road. They would choose to drive to Dorchester to go to a sauna rather than the 3 that are available in Henley, simply from a price perspective. So the price perspective for this sauna is actually quite high. So it is in keeping with Henley standard, potentially, is one way of looking at it. But if we want this to be something that more of the community would want to use, that it's not such an exclusive offering, then the price bracket is hugely questionable, I'm afraid. My friends also told me that some of the comparable kind of sauna prices that you would pay for an hour, not just 50 minutes, ranges from in London £9 an hour. In Weymouth, it's between £3 and £10 an hour. In Dorchester, it's £10. There are these initiatives called community sauna baths, and these are really aimed at communities. These are small affairs where, and there's something around the sauna community, the hardcore sauna community. They don't expect huge things with bells and whistles. They just want the basic: go into the sauna, get hot, get somewhere cold, get hot again, get somewhere cold. So one of the other comments was that the footprint of this sauna was huge in comparison to some of the smaller saunas. So it's a very large space for what it is, and it looks very flashy. So I am asking questions about who is this aimed at? Who do we want to provide for this for our Henley residents? I'm not a huge sauna fan myself. I find it all a bit strange, but I know that there are plenty of people. And when I asked them, would you have a problem about privacy? They said the sauna folk, they don't care what people think about. They are literally just going to be in their swimming costumes, whatever, in and out, and they would want free access between if they were to go into the river and via the ladder at Mill Meadows. So it was a very entertaining conversation that I had, but I wanted to talk to somebody who actually uses saunas because I don't, and I was quite taken by some of the comments that they shared. I know we talked about it from an environmental perspective, and so the question was, a sauna without steam, is that an unusual experience? It's something Scandinavians you would expect, but I didn't quite understand the sauna without the steam. But from an environmental perspective, we want it to be running on renewable energy. Other questions I had was about the environmental impact of the sauna. For example, how often would you clean the sauna? The cold plunge baths, how often are they cleaned? Where would you put the excess water? What, that kind of things, what chemicals are used? So yeah, just quite a few questions. I am not for this proposal.
Okay. Any other comments?
Is it possible to clarify? I do believe there would still be steam unless I've misread something.
You throw water on the
throw the
coals.
water. I mean,
that's yeah. I mean, that's what you do with the sauna, isn't it?
So there's hot stones, and then you
Hot
put
stones that's
that's right, so
generated
you
by electricity.
You get out the birch
electricity
twigs
or
and things.
there's a clean wood burning stove as well as an option as well. So they use a lot of power. So the other option, either power, if we can connection of power, that's the best option. Most of them actually traditionally they'll use kiln dried wood as a source of heat. And then you've got your hot.
So again, I'm not a sauna user, but I know in the report we said we would be not wanting to go with the wood because of the environmental impact, and that we would be using electricity generated from Henley Town Council's energy provider, which is renewable. I suppose, sorry, the final comment is I would hope that we would be looking at what other options do we want to offer Henley residents along the river. Like, I'm not sure why a sauna is being suggested. I don't know what other, and I mentioned again the survey about the leisure offers or the sporting offers. I'd be really keen to have the feedback of that to figure out what it is that we want to do. No doubt, it is an income generating opportunity, but I'm just not sure, as Kelly has said, that yes, I'm not sure we need that there. And I would
Sarah.
Sorry.
I'll just say that I'd be hoping that we would offer this opportunity up for tender. I don't know, why would we not have more money?
I agree very much with Kelly. I think it's a great idea. I love the whole concept. I love a sauna, although I prefer steam. But I think the location, I don't think that's going to be the right location. I know it ticks all your boxes with electricity. I wouldn't want to have a sauna at all if I need to go to the toilet urgently, walk along that you know, through the Mill Meadows. I don't know, especially if I'm paying that much. I just think it needs another location, that's all. But I think it's a great idea. Yeah, and all the best. But for me, it doesn't sit very well with me. That location, that's all.
If I can clarify, so the location we're not set on at all.
No.
It's the market. So what we really want is a great location that works for everyone, that
Yeah.
provides a great experience,
Yeah,
but also that's not too far out, because that would reduce the occupancy rate,
yeah,
which makes it less commercially viable, because unfortunately a sauna boat is considered more expensive than just a sauna
Yeah.
on land. So yeah, the location we're not set on. We want. In fact, what we thought could potentially be, because it's a boat, we can move it. We can just drive it to different places. So it's certainly possible to almost try it in different locations to see what works best to
Yeah.
get the balance of
Yeah.
occupancy. And I just want to clarify on pricing. That was just a guide. So what we really want to do is have, obviously, weekends, peak times, etc. You know, when the demand is really high, we charge £20, let's say. But we're really keen to make this a community thing. If the price isn't really a fixed thing, if we want to make it available to be accessible for everyone. So maybe, for example, certain days of the week or something, more accessible based pricing. It's not meant to be an elite. This is not intended as an elite type thing. Or
From the chair, I love saunas. I always have done, and it's possibly my connection with Latvia, and they have the real saunas, you know, all of this. So I love saunas, unlike lots of you around here. However, personally, when I go into a sauna, I want the privacy. I want to be able to leave my belongings somewhere safe in a locker. I want to be able to go in there and then come out again and then go in again. And so for me, it wouldn't work. However, I could see a bunch of girls on a Friday evening going down there with a bottle of wine and having a hoot, you know. I could see that there would be people in Henley who would, let's give it a try. And that's, you know, a part of the market I should think that you're looking at. As far as the town council is concerned, really, it's an income to us without any expense that I can see. It's another offering to the town. You're taking all the risk. You can move it on somewhere else if it doesn't happen to work in Henley. So, you know, a bit like Sarah, I think it's a great idea. Location is a concern. I share that with you, but those are my thoughts on it, really. So, Sarah, do you want to say some more?
Yeah, please. So I'm mindful that there was a rough timetable of the hours of operation, that would be the 12 hours. I'm just mindful that side of Henley, down Mill Meadows, the lighting for people to get from the town to Mill Meadows is quite dark. Like, if you've ever walked along there at night, it is very dark, and that's one of the things I really like about that part of the river, because there is no light pollution.
okay.
It's, you know, we're a council that has declared a nature and climate emergency. We are trying to do all that we can to help nature thrive and flourish. And so my concern would be, maybe it's a couple of things: safety, people walking from the towpath down a very dark towpath to get to the sauna, and then you're going to have significant amount of lighting. So my concern would be secondary light pollution as a result, and what other changes we would need to make to help people feel safe trying to get to whatever part of the river that this is decided upon.
Just bear in mind there are boats all the way along there, and the
There
boat
are
owners
boats.
have to wander along there at the same time. And if it's done in the
Yeah.
summertime, it's not dark till about 10, so it's not,
Yeah.
light is not such a concern, but I understand the safety concerns of yours. Yeah. Yeah.
We would, of course, vary the opening hours based on season. So later in the summer, and honestly, we'd expect to close a lot earlier as the sun goes down in the winter. So appreciate the support.
Kelly.
I forgot, when I mentioned Marsh Meadows before, it was pointed out about toilets. So actually, I don't think we have anywhere suitable for it.
No.
But I do think it fits in very nicely with somewhere like the the Fawley Court hospitality, Phyllis Court, Regatta Land hospitality sometimes. I just income on it. I can't. I did think the end of Marsh Meadows, but now I think about it, maybe the Mill Lane Cafe toilets are just a little bit too far, and the town council toilets are too far for that to work as well.
Yeah, Glenn.
Yeah, I think I'm in favour of this type of scheme, the sort of shared revenue generation schemes. And I'm generally in favour of partnering with local businesses to make that sort of thing happen. And the market will decide whether if the price is right or how many people want to use it. And the risk is not really on us. I don't know if someone will use this. It's not something I'd ever use. I don't really have skin in the game, if you like. But yeah, I'm sort of in favour of this type of scheme on principle, but I hear what everybody else says about the location. I do worry about the toilets. I assume there's toilets on the boat.
Not on the boat, no, but it's certainly easy for us to have, depending on the location, of course, to have online toilets that we can set up as well.
I'm kind of on the fence. I like the type of scheme. I like the idea. We should explore more of this type of thing. But I'm not really that invested either way, to be honest.
Just the one thing we ought to flag up in the report, you would require planning permission.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will take, however long planning permission takes, it could take a few months.
If it's a fully, navigable boat, and if it, for instance, because the one thing that we are concerned about is security in the evening,
Yes.
vandalised and so on. So what we were actually thinking, again, we're not fixed on any particular location, but was to drive it away and moor it somewhere else securely overnight, and bring it back in the morning, just so you don't vandalise it and climb on it and so on. So the intention is it would actually move every day.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if that would still become subject to planning, given that it's
It's just any permission.
I'd say it would be something that you need to take,
and
it would be an issue that, regardless of location,
sure.
It could be a potential issue. But I get what you're saying about that it would be constantly moving.
Yeah.
If we were all minded to put it on Mill Meadows anyway, how would we guarantee that mooring spot? If it moved every night, how would you stop someone else coming into that spot?
We could block it. We would have.
So then we'd have to suspend mooring, so that would then come off the income that's coming for it. It's the income of a boat there in that spot instead.
So that was covered in the report, the opportunity cost from the mooring. If that mooring was used 365 days per year, and the boat and any boat using it couldn't moor or wouldn't moor somewhere else, then the loss of income would be around about 5,500. But that's if there was something. But actually, in actual fact, any other boat would just moor somewhere else. So unless there's literally no other space to moor, then actually you don't really lose any income from it. Although we do recognise that it is a prime mooring spot.
Are there any more comments? We've got a recommendation here. Recommended the committee resolves that a 1-year pilot of a floating sauna at Mill Meadows be approved in line with the contract heads of terms set out in the report, subject to the operator obtaining all the necessary permissions. So we've got a proposal. Would anyone like to propose it or propose something different?
I propose that we don't do that. That we leave it as it is and encourage it elsewhere in Henley and all the other riverbanks that are available.
Right.
But for right now, no, my proposal would be I don't wish to take it
not
further.
to go further. Yes, so we have.
Following investigations, I'm just saying I don't want to commit to it.
Okay. So do we have anyone who second what Kelly is proposing? Sarah?
Yeah, so I think, just a point of clarification about process. So if we propose that we do not take this forward, what happens then? Like, will the gentleman have to come back for another location along the river, or it's just not?
Have to wait another 6 months to discuss it again.
No, so it depends on the detail. So it depends on the detail of the motion. If the motion is to refuse permission in Mill and Marsh Meadows, for example, then yes, you'd have to wait another 6 months to come back. If it's for this particular location, then not necessarily, but it depends on the wording of the motion.
Glenn?
I think we should just vote on the motion as it is, and if it falls, it falls.
Okay,
So on that basis, I'm happy to propose it if somebody else will second it.
I'll second it.
so
Okay.
it's proposed and seconded.
Yeah.
So all those in favour, please,
We've
I'm
already
going
got a
to put,
proposal.
I know exactly,
Um,
that's seconded on
Right.
the table.
I thought,
So-
It's been seconded, it's on the table.
So effectively, it's exactly the same. The proposal was to refuse, seconded. The
okay,
proposal was to refuse, and if that wins the day,
and that's the
then
end.
that's it.
Mhm.
Or if that particular motion is lost, then another motion can come.
Right, okay,
I suppose we need clarity on what the motion is. So the motion is to refuse permission for
Yes.
the one-year.
For
pilot
Mill
of
Meadows.
proposing-
And refuse the
and
pilot, refuse to take it any further.
okay, so we have a proposal and we have a seconder. So all those in favour, please show. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and those against?
Oh my God.
It won't go ahead anyway, because the divide here will be the same on Facebook, and if there's a 50% divide on Facebook, it won't work, so.
So I cast a
We've already-
vote, don't I? Do I, as chairman?
Well,
Or
no,
doesn't
you,
it work?
you need a fresh motion.
Right, so we have a
So-
fresh motion. So we take the motion that we have here, that Glenn has proposed, and Sarah.
So you're
has-
giving permission for Mill Meadows?
No, I mean, we need to look at the motion.
Well, can you take Mill Meadows, I propose an amendment, we take Mill Meadows out of it.
And Marshall?
Carry it on, but well, I'm not as fussy about Mill Meadows, that Marsh Meadows, that won't work, there's no toilets. So that'll fail anyway. But I am absolutely adamant that we protect Mill Meadows, 100%. And I'm shocked that that's not just the basis already. So I would like to propose an amendment that we absolutely discount Mill Meadows from the discussion. Or I shall personally campaign against it.
Well, Kelly is correct. The process is, the motion as read here, sorry to get technical. It's recommended that the committee resolves that the one-year pilot of floating sauna for Mill Meadows be approved in line with the contract heads, blah, 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 blah. That's been proposed and seconded, but Kelly is perfectly within her rights to propose an amendment.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
so the amendment would be to add or remove words. So it could be,
Remove Mill Meadows entirely.
yeah, so it could be to remove Mill Meadows, but you then,
Or do
you
we
need to
add,
add- you need to
definitely never Mill Meadows in
uh,
whatever way that
or
needs to be
be,
worded?
need to be.
A suitable
approved
location.
Subject to a.
In a suitable location
Suitable
that is not
location.
Mill Meadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yes,
That's my
that-
proposed
Okay.
amendment.
Well, I second that. Right.
So
Then we vote. on it.
Glenn,
You
yes, we vote on
We
that.
vote on the
So we vote on the
amendment.
amendment, then
If
we
the
go back
amendment
to.
fails, then, then
This is small town politics.
Okay, so
So
the
can I
amendment
just
to
finish?
remove Mill Meadows.
Okay, so we're going ahead, but not on,
Well, this
Well, we're
is for
doing
the
the
amendment,
amendment.
which is to
Okay,
remove
yes.
Mill Meadows
So-
from it.
okay.
Those in favour of
but you,
of removing
to be
amendment,
clear,
Can I ask a question, please?
you can.
I would like to also propose an amendment.
No, you
for
can't.
1 year.
You
So,
can't.
so you need to vote on that
Okay.
amendment first.
Right,
You need to vote on that amendment
If
first.
it's
And
work.
then the amendment.
Right, so we're voting on Kelly's amendment. All those in favour of the amendment, please show. Right, so that is carried. Abstentions?
No, it's
Against?
fine.
Okay, that's right. So we've got Mill Meadows, so it's subject to a suitable location.
Yeah, that's not Mill Meadows, perfect.
And did you want to propose another amendment?
no, that's
Sarah?
it.
well, I
We'd
felt
finished.
like a 1 year.
You can't have
It's
an
very
amendment.
long, Too long.
An amendment to an
Okay,
amendment?
all right.
You can't have an amendment when an
Yeah, I
amendment
was gonna
has
suggest
already
that,
been
6 months.
Yeah,
approved.
it's just-
Well, you're brushing us all up on our councillor skills.
Absolutely. That motion,
Stands.
it's.
The amendment stands, the motion hasn't been
Kelly
carried
will,
yet.
Right.
sorry, Sheridan will correct me, but that motion has been passed. That's it.
No, so the amendment,
Has been passed.
the amendment has been passed. The question is whether or not you can have,
Another.
I didn't think it'd be on this item that we're Right. So the question is whether or not you can have an amendment to the amendment.
You're right, that, the amendment now becomes a
Substantive.
That is the
And
substantive.
the question that
Yes.
Sharon has to ask, whether you can add amendments to the substantive motion.
Yes.
Whoa, it's good stuff.
One or more amendments may be discussed. So now that amendment has gone through, somebody can ask for that.
Right.
Now substantive
Okay.
motion to.
So the substantive motion is not on Mill Meadows, somewhere else. No, you,
I would like to propose that it's a 6-month pilot.
You would like, and the reason for that?
Sarah's also for this as well. Sarah, why?
I actually thought perhaps 6 months as well, but I don't know why, I just thought a year, quite a long time.
But you do cover all seasons, don't you? If you
Yeah.
do a year, 6
I
months.
was going to go in there in the summer, well, we're going to the ice
Yes.
baths, yeah.
Well,
So you want to, this is an amendment you'd like? And
well, you
would
need to
like to
propose
talk
and get a
it?
seconder.
It
Keep
is.
it simple. You propose only 6 months, so you
Yes,
need a
okay,
seconder.
and if it passes, it passes.
I don't know, I'm not going to, I think I'm going to leave it as it is.
Okay.
So we have a proposal, do we have a seconder?
No.
No, we said.
I will
so-
back your 6 months, because generally I don't,
So we
yeah.
have a proposal, we have a seconder, all those in favour?
Oh, no, there's debate.
Oh, debate.
All
come on
right,
then.
Oh,
sorry.
I'll go with that.
I think 6 months is nitpicking. If you're gonna do it, then a whole 12 months with all the seasons to really do a commercial, a thorough commercial, do the finances work. Is there a market for it? I'll vote against the 6 months because I think it should be a 12-month every year.
Could I ask you a question? Does it have to be a boat?
As opposed to.
Oh, done.
A shed?
The Citroen 2CV.
Where will it go, on Mill Meadows?
Right, come on then. So we have an
An
amendment.
amendment.
We can go back to your
No, we need to vote on the amendment.
Oh, we need to
6
vote
months.
on your 6 months. So we have a proposal, we have a
It's
seconder.
seconded, yeah.
All those in favour on 6 months, please show. So we have 2 in favour, those against? Most of us, we're against, so that falls.
That
So we
one
go
falls.
back to
Substantive motion.
the substantive motion, which Glenn was,
No, which was
No.
as amended by Kelly.
so as amended by
And this
Kelly,
is for
Yes.
a 12-month,
12
but
months,
not
suitable
on the
location. Yeah.
Suitable location.
So I'm happy to propose that from the chair. Who's happy to second me? Anybody?
Could you repeat it? I'm really sorry.
It's recommended the committee resolves that a 1-year pilot of a floating sauna on a suitable location be approved
It's not
in
on the
line
list,
with blah, blah, blah,
Not
blah, blah.
on there.
The contract for the. Okay, so I'm proposing, does anyone want to second it? Glenn seconded it. So all those in favour, please show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those against? One
No,
against. So
stick to the
that
rules,
is
I get it.
carried.
So,
And you did raise a lot more questions that I hadn't.
so if it was on Marsh,
So the motion is carried. Good.
whether
You've
that
got the
I'm
takes
not
us
entirely
further.
sure Tom knows exactly what has just
I
happened.
don't know what's
Yes,
happening.
We know what's just happened.
You said we like the idea, but not your location.
Could you bring something simpler?
Glenn?
I'd like to propose this henceforth be referred to as sauna gate.
I
Right,
think Henley Standard might have a lot of fun with this one. Last, the
I've
last.
received my phone ringing.
Yes, yeah. Lots of puns on hot water and things.
yes.
The last item, Adventure Golf, to receive the report on the income April 2026. You will have read the report. It's very unfortunate. Note the report. Positions have been put in place to mitigate and make sure it never happens again down at the Adventure Golf. So really recommended that the committee resolves that the report is noted. Are you all happy? Sarah?
Did anyone contact Henley Town Council asking, oh, have I got a refund for my adventure golf payment?
No.
Turns out people are that.
Isn't that a
Not
shame?
that honest, are they? Glenn?
I'm not sure they would necessarily see that.
No,
Ah, really?
because it would just flick it back.
So I just think it puts a hold on the funds. I
Mm.
don't think it shows up in your statement, so they probably wouldn't have noticed that they didn't
Doesn't
get
show in your
charged.
statement. It must come as an out
Well,
to
because it
debit.
just puts a hold on the funds and you claim the later, but not when you pay petrol in advance.
Yes, exactly. So it,
Yeah.
it may not show as an in and out.
Oh,
It-
right.
It's just,
Well, no,
yeah,
you
it
pay
just
for
won't
the
show up on
card
the
and it
statement.
clears up
Really?
100 quid.
Oh, yeah.
If you then drive off,
Yeah,
you don't see that 100 quid in your statement.
yeah. Okay, so any more queries?
Just one, what other floating things do you do? Because you said it wasn't just saunas. Oh, is that, oh, we got to close the meeting first.
We need to close the meeting.
Is there nothing, nothing
about
more
that.
on this?
No.
Nothing more on this? Okay, that, well, thank you all for coming, and it's 10 to 9, and I close the meeting.
I know, it's like